It's week 9 of the NFL, and today's clash of conferences is just moments away. It's the reigning AFC champs and the Giants, and it comes your way next on Madden NFL 22.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Cleveland Browns. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
Meanwhile, for the Browns here, they're halfway home, looking good at a perfect 8-0.
And not much to complain about so far, is there? I'd have to say they're the best team in the NFL through the first half of the year.
First 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in week 9? And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
I read something prepping for this game that he said prior to, and I think he really said it a few months ago, where he talked about he wants to have the type of season that at the end, he's buying gifts for all the guys who have helped him along the way. And I know that the team wants to hold him to that and really get into his wallet. But that's what good leadership gives you. You know, at the end of the season, because you've done a great job, QB, he's usually the guy who springs for the good stuff.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. And that one a little too high as it's knocked away and incomplete. And, Charles, for this defense, you know, they're a confident bunch. Some may say maybe too confident at times. How do you think that they approach a game like this when they're taking on a team that's lost 4 straight?
Well, if they're anything like their head coach.
And the Browns' pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. And that'll bring up 4th down on the big sack with a loss of 5. Now, the number 1 mission of any offensive line, you got to protect that quarterback, keep him safe back there. This time, the rush got to him in a hurry.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools in their kit. This was pure speed and athleticism on this play, though, and they could barely get a glove on him before he got the quarterback on the ground.
Returnable here from the 38. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. Leading the charge will be their quarterback, always fun to watch, Deshaun Watson.
His game last week reminded me of the old song, Accentuate the Positive. That's about all he did, right?
Yeah.
3 touchdown passes, over 300 yards in the air. Receivers happy.
And they got the win.
Got the win. If you're running back that likes to catch passes, they're happy as well. Big-time game.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Big Leonard Williams there on the stop. Here's Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace. Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. A give. This is Chubb. And he gets stopped up at the 31 after a gain of maybe a yard. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end Njoku. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 19. And they're going to go jet sweep here. This is Ross with it. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Now it's Watson. This is the tight end Njoku. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. They'll get a couple yards on that one, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play, stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. It makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
So now the Browns will turn it over to their field goal unit here. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. Gay's kick is good. And the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. No touchdown there, but if that first drive is any indication, looks like they're going to have a pretty good day passing the football.
I would say confidence would have to be pretty high after that first drive, able to throw it almost at will. You're exactly right. They didn't get the touchdown, but 3 points serves as a nice notice about how this offense is going to move.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their 2nd drive. 3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start. It's certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here, because to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern, because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
On first down, Swift. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. They'll run on 2nd down with Blue. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain that time, as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. From the gun, Swift. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the save.
The competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to a quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week. We just saw their first one of this game.
And the Giants send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. They're at the halfway point of the season, Charles, 8-0. What a great start. Clearly a Super Bowl contender, if not the outright favorite, through 2 months to win the whole thing.
Well, there aren't too many bad things you can say right now because this team is playing pretty well. They've had a couple of injuries. That could plague them down the stretch. But if their intensity doesn't waver, I think the road to the Super Bowl is going to go through them in the playoffs. And if you're on their road, things could be bumpy for you.
A big play that time for Cleveland.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Out of the gun, Watson. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he is out of bounds. Looks like right at the 15. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Handoff comes to Chubb. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Chubb. And he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Browns touchdown.
That's the way you make the spin.
Nick Chubb, his 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. He's got it, and now it's a 10-0 lead here in the opening quarter. 5 plays there on that drive. And Nick Chubb, the one to finish it off, as he does so with a touchdown run. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Giant offense now making their way back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Off play action. Swift. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Getting the sack to 227-pound linebacker Quan Alexander. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now a throw here, hauled in. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And the Giants send out their punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Second down, here's Chubb again. And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. 10-0 the score after one on EA Sports. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football. The Browns on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. He's going to loft one, deep left side here. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul.
Come on, you serious, dog?
Well, instead of 4th down after the incompletion, it'll be 1st down, roughing the passer.
Coaches love their defenses to be aggressive, but they want them to be smart as well. Have to leave the quarterback alone at a certain point.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier but shut him down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Faking the give. Now Watson. Got a man at Schwartz, complete. And he is going to have a Browns 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. A run for Nick Chubb. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. Second down, here's Chubb again. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 45 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Back to throw, Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Anthony Schwartz, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Gay is on for the point after. He's got it, and it's 17-0. So that drive goes 8 plays, and it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Now it's Parker. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Out comes this field general once more, leading his offense back onto the field. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Now this one over the middle into the hands of his tight end, complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. The Giants on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Swift. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. He's letting it fly for Cooks. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. On 3rd down, Swift drops it to Blue, complete. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air. That's exactly what's going to do.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They give the Chubb out of the gun, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've been near perfect, 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's Watson. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going well for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. To throw is Watson. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Open man is Ross, complete. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
So, CD, you look at this offense and what they've been able to do. 8-0, perfect through the first 2 months of the year. Second half of the season still to come. We get that. But what kind of a percentage chance do you think that they have of running the table?
Partner, I think it's hard to say because history would tell us that the chances aren't good at all. We've seen a lot of good teams get to this point, and then they have that one bad week and takes them out of the run.
And that is caught one-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. A big play that time for Cleveland.
Well, you don't have to be a genius to watch this game and figure out they've had plenty of success moving the football here in the first half. We've seen exhibits A, B, C, and right on down the line, haven't we?
Yeah, we just saw exhibit Z right there. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. To the air yet again, Watson. He's got Njoku, his big tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. They'll try the draw now with Chubb. And this carry brought to an end at the 8. Good stick skills, just not much room there to operate. On 3rd down, it's Nick Chubb. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half.
And the Browns are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Now it's Parker.
And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. New York's offense back out there and set to go.
And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 3rd down, they run with Blue. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now Deshaun Watson and his offense heading back out there. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of it. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end, Njoku. And he gets this up to the 34, out of bounds there. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be 3rd and less than a yard. Watson. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Watson looks to throw again. And that's going to be caught by Peoples-Jones. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Watson. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
Anthony Schwartz, the intended target.
That'll bring up 2nd down. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
Let's go, boys. Bring it on.
And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And Gay knocks this one through. And the lead increases even further. It's 27-0 now. No problems in the field goal department so far. He's 2 for 2.
Pretty reliable here in this game, isn't he? And to me, that bodes well for them. If they need him late in the game, his confidence should be sky high.
Now it's Parker. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this.
A run there on 1st down and a pretty good one of 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5. So we come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Browns with the lead. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the second half of the season. We'll get started up at FedEx Field in our nation's capital, and it's the Buccaneers who are out in front. Corey Davis, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down south to Atlanta to check on the Falcons at home at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. And they trail the visiting Denver Broncos in that one. Russell Wilson has thrown a touchdown pass. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And they trail the visiting Chiefs in that one. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Browns. And the ground game has been a big part of why they have this big lead. And you have to figure they'll lean on it a little bit more in the 3rd and 4th quarters. Meanwhile, for the Giants, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. From the 6. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Now Nick Chubb of the Browns gets set for their next possession.
He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has.
Watson's throw there into the hands of Ross.
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
From the gun on third, Watson. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Let's go. Let's go.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 70 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Second down at 4. They run it again with Chubb. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Watson off play action. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
Chubb. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. And again, it's Chubb. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now it's Watson. And he is not going to get to the marker as they stop him short at the 14. Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 4th down.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. Nick Chubb stops short. And the Giants are going to get the football back. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They start the drive with a give to Blue. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They go again with Blue. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. He hits Blue. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
Let's go!
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Back to throw. Swift. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
The passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll try to run for it with Blue. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Let's go! Let's do this!
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. On the carry, this is Blue. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Looking to throw. Swift.
Open man right side is Tony.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
On 1st down, it's Blue. Uses the stiff arm. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try and run again with Blue. And the lane closes up quickly as he'll get about 3 down to the 38.
That's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd down, Blue. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
43 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10.
All right, D, let's go. All right, D. Mike, 48. Go! Push him back. Push him back.
From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd.
Off the play fake. Swift.
That'll be caught. It's Tony. Touchdown! Kadarius Toney, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Giants are able to get a score back in the final stages of this 3rd quarter.
A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that's the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Gano the extra point, and the lead now down to 20. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away.
fielded right around the 8. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Let's go.
The Browns drive about to get started. And on the last drive, they were in field goal range. They just opted not to kick it, didn't get it. How does that change the mentality this go around?
I don't think it changes much for the head coach because this is what he preaches all the time. Attack at all times in any spot on the field, and he likes touchdowns, not field goals. Now, your field goal kicker, you've got to make sure you nurse him through and say, okay, don't worry about it. When we need you, you've got to be ready to go. And the team, of course, loves to see points on the board. So let's see if it changes a little bit if they're in the same spot again.
Yeah, we'll see what the decision is here if they get to that spot. Back now here at MetLife Stadium. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. A give. This is Chubb. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Handoff comes to Chubb. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Here's Watson. Got a man. It's Ross, complete. And he is going to have a Browns first down as he'll be marked down a yard or 2 past the marker following a gain of 6. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
On the ground, it's Chubb. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
117 yards rushing now for the NFL leader coming into this ball game.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they turn to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
A run for Nick Chubb. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. So not quite a 1st and goal just yet as they come up now 2nd and inches. On the carry, it's Chubb. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. They'll run with Chubb. He gets it forward for 4, maybe 5, but the flags fly. And this one could be coming back. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Following the penalty, Chubb. And they'll get to him just inside the 15, even after that strong run we witnessed. Still a ways from the end zone as they come up now on 2nd and goal. They give to Chubb out of the gun. And able to surge forward for about 5 yards down to the 10. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown.
Anthony Schwartz
with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Browns add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now it's Parker. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Giants offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter. Throwing on first down. Swift. Open man right side is Ingram. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Off play action. Swift. He'll find a man over the middle. It's Galladay. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Back to throw. Swift. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Under pressure, they got him again. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up third down on the sack. And you could say that is just another cherry on top for this defense and that entire team. But really, this defense has sparked what's been an impressive effort here in this one.
And I notice you used the word sparked because you're not seeing that on the other side of the ball, are you? The offense right now, the spark has left their game, and it's been because of what you described, that defensive pressure.
The Giants on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be third and forever. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Call it a loss of 2 there on the play. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
But we know the guys up front have to protect when it's a pass play, but it's really out wide. Sometimes you're going to swing a tight end or maybe even offensive tackle to get out there, but most of the time it's fellow wide receivers, and they really weren't up to the task there, were they?
What, do you like that call on your own side of the field?
I don't mind that call at all, just about anywhere. But the key is you have to have the confidence, and then they have to execute their blocking assignments. Otherwise, you get the end result we just saw there.
And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Giants. Kenny Galladay, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
And I think this is what the early proponents of the forward pass were thinking about. Get it to a receiver and have him do some work afterwards in order to create the big play we just saw there.
Gano now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to 20. So the drive there took 6 plays, and it was finished off by a touchdown by the New York Giants. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Browns are able to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And some strong running. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30.
Keep playing hard.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
They go with Chubb on second down. Fights loose. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Watson on third down. Drops it off for Chubb. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He'll wind up getting just a yard. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Yeah, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And you look back over the score sheet, interesting. A very clean game, no turnovers by either side.
An absolute rarity when we watch games now because defenses have put such an emphasis on taking the ball away. Well, what we saw here was offenses spending their time saying, look, you know they're coming for it. Ball security is paramount. So they worked on that, not just a week of practice, but I'm sure all during training camp. Make sure when you have it, tuck it away because danger lurks everywhere you turn.
So for the Browns, the train just keeps rolling 9-0 now to start this campaign. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for the Giants, their season is on life support somewhat now at 3-6. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in New Orleans against the Saints.